Now, this is not the setting you're used to now, is it? I am actually in my den right now within my territory, and I have built this den entirely on my own. I'll show some shots right here of what it actually looks like. I certainly enjoy it here. It's very cozy, and I cannot wait to make more videos here, seriously. Hi guys, welcome back to my Therian territory. You may call me Thorn. And in today's video, I actually wanted to do a video that has been requested so many times by my fans and the people in the community that I kind of feel obligated to do so. Not that I don't want to do this, but it's not just the fact that it was requested by me, it's also just the fact that this topic comes up so many times within the community that it is actually kind of weird that I haven't made a video about it yet. In today's video, I will be mentioning the 15 ways you can connect to your Therio or Kintype. That's a lot. A lot of other humans struggle with the fact that they in fact live in a real world, and therefore it can be very hard sometimes to know what to do when you actually feel like more than just human. Because aside from being human, what do you do when you also experience being a wolf or experience being a dragon, etc.? Well, look no further, this video will show all of it. The first way to connect with your Therio or Kintype is by going outside. No, it's not a joke. It's actually one of the best ways to connect with your Therio or Kintype because being outside and being away from human society actually feels the best. It can be incredibly liberating to walk within the forest or walk on the fields or walk through the mountains, etc. Because it's basically the only place where you're not gonna get judged by any other human. You can be your total free self there. But it does go further than that. If your Therio or Kintype is territorial by nature, I actually recommend maybe trying to send mark within this area. In my opinion, claiming your territory is one of the greatest ways to connect with your Therio or Kintype. I might explain in a future video how you actually make a send mark, or how you make that little potion with different scents in it that represent you. Comment down below if you actually want me to make that video. Number 2 would be watching documentaries, movies, and series about your Therio or Kintype. If you identify as an earthen animal, there's actually quite a big chance that a documentary was made about you sometime. Nature documentaries are incredibly popular because people love studying how animals behave and how animals live their normal lives. There are so many documentaries out there about specific animals, but there are also documentaries about certain habitats that might involve these animals. But I also wouldn't be surprised if a documentary was ever made about dragons, for example. I also highly recommend you to look into movies and series because mostly Otherkin identities will also probably be included in these types of content. Number 3, making a meal that is related to your Therio or Kintype. One of the things us other humans can probably all agree on is that food is one of the biggest shift triggers out there. But making a meal solemnly dedicated to what your Therio type or Kintype is supposed to eat might actually connect you to your Therio or Kintype very well. For the carnivore types, this may include a nice variety of meat, and for the herbivore types, this may include a nice variety of fruits and vegetables. You can look up on the internet what the diet is of your type, and then you can try to reenact that with human food. Number 4, listening to habitat audios. There are actually a ton of videos out there on YouTube that include a lot of nice nature sounds. And it goes further than just forests and fields. You can also look up icy mountains or the Arctics or even the ocean. A lot of these videos were purposely created to meditate on it, so they can be very relaxing. And if you cannot find a video of your habitat or you're not satisfied with the audios that you find, you can actually try to create your own by finding different sound effects and then overlaying them on top of each other. Number 5, watching and listening to Therian content. You might already know this because I'm already talking on your screen, but watching and listening to people talking about their entity can be very connecting and very nice to listen to. Chances are big that because I am making a video in this wonderful setting and talking about their entity, it might actually already get a couple of people shifty. So I definitely recommend watching people's YouTube channels about their entities such as PD and Lila Stratman, but I also actually recommend listening to Therian podcasts such as Cheetah Chirps, Where Are We podcast, and the Therian Bedtime Stories. Number 6, gear. Obviously, gear is definitely not for everyone. You do not have to wear gear in order to be a Therian or Otherkin. However, wearing gear can feel incredibly connected to your type. It can truly feel up the hole in your chest when you are experiencing phantom limbs, but they're not physically there. When I talk about gear, the first thing people think about is usually tails, ears, and masks. Because yeah, those are the most popular gears out there. However, it's not limited to this. You can also wear specific clothes with your type on it or that represent your type. You can also wear necklaces, accessories. You can even do your makeup in such a way that it feels like your type, and you can actually even buy certain gear that helps you connect with your type by performing certain activities such as biting. Number 7, building a den. And no, I am actually not talking about building a den outside per se. You can also build a den inside your own house. Building a den can make a Therian or Otherkin feel incredibly comfortable within their own house or within their territory. This is because a lot of animals and a lot of Otherkin types, of course, have their own retreat. They have their own home, so they have to sleep somewhere, of course, and therefore it can be incredibly comforting to try and build your own little nest. Grab a few blankets, grab a few pillows, try to put a blanket over your head somehow and make a nice little corner. A nice tip I can give is that when you have a diagonal room within your room, you can very easily hang up a cloth and make your own little corner. The 8th way would be listening to music. Again, it is no secret that listening to music is one of the greatest ways to connect with your Therio or Kintype or even trigger shifts. What type of music one listens to connect to the Therio or Kintype entirely depends on the other human, of course. But to help you out, I actually made a Therian music playlist, which you can find in the corner over here. It includes a wide variety of genres, but it also has some songs you may have never heard of and that are about very specific animals. I even have a song in there that's about identifying as a fly. Number 9, doing physical exercises such as practicing vocals and doing quadrophonics. Most animals and non-earthen beings are very physical beings. Therefore, it can be very nice to go out and actually do something that has to do with your stereotype physically. This may include trying to reenact certain vocals, but also doing quadrobics, of course. And again, no, you do not have to do vocals or do quadrobics to be a Therian or Otherkin. Number 10, being creative, writing stories, making art, etc. Connecting to your Therio or Kintype can be done in a way that has to do with expression. Just like with gear, being creative can also be a very nice way to express your alternate identity. You can do any type of creative work such as drawing, crafting, writing stories, making music, etc., as long as it has to do somehow with your alternate identity. This way, one can connect with their Therio or Kintype very, very well. Number 11, playing video games that have to do with your Therio or Kintype. There are actually quite a couple of video games out there that might represent your Therio or Kintype somehow. The best example I can give is Wolf Quest 3, which is intentionally designed to entirely recreate the life of a wolf. But there are also many other video games out there that may help you connect with your Therio or Kintype, such as Spirit of the North, Pharaoh, Natural Instincts, and Planet Zoo. Number 12, looking up your Therio type or surrounding yourself with animals. What better way to connect with your Therio or Kintype than actually looking them up or surrounding yourself with other types of creatures? I am fairly sure that there's a zoo out there somewhere around your neighborhood. Watching other animals, relating yourself to these animals can feel incredibly connecting. But it's not just zoos, there are actually quite a couple of parks out there that are dedicated to very specific animals, such as wolf parks, bear parks, eagle parks. I actually even went to a park once in France where you could give popcorn to apes. That was an amazing experience. Number 13, collecting things such as gems, taxidermy, or any type of things you can find in nature. This type of possessiveness is very common amongst animals and may therefore also be an experience for us Therians and Otherkin. Collecting certain items and hoarding them in a specific place may feel incredibly nice in connecting to your Therio or Kintype. I can actually show you quite a couple of collections that I have that make me feel incredibly like my wolf Therio type, because wolves certainly do tend to catch their food, but also things that they like, such as sticks. Number 14, decorating your room or house. Wouldn't it be nice if your own little bit of territory actually represents your habitat? It can feel incredibly liberating to wake up every day inside a home that has all these types of nice decorations and things that represent your habitat. Things like plants and posters, statues of Therio type, etc. may actually feel like you're in your habitat somewhat always every night. And the last way to connect with your Therio or Kintype, number 15, is by documenting your non-human experiences. Writing down what you experience on a daily basis as a Therian or Otherkin can feel incredibly nice, because when looking back at it, you can read it and as like a story, or you can also just see what type of progress you've made in your Therian or Otherkin journey, but also just because it's nice to see what you are going through as a Therian or Otherkin, and maybe share it within the community as well. Anyways, that was all I had for you guys today. If I missed something that I completely forgot to mention within this list, please comment down below to make sure that everyone is informed about everything. These are honestly the best advices I can give you when it comes to connecting to your Therio type or Kintype, but this is actually also a very nice way to question your alternate identity, so be sure to go through this list a couple of times and make sure that maybe you've tried them all once. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave a like down below or maybe comment down below. Or if you have any critique, you can also comment down below, of course. And if you really like my videos and want to see more in the future, have to consider to subscribe. And I'll be seeing you guys in my Therian territory in the next video. Bye. I wanted to thank Shiverhoof and Melanthrope for being monthly supporters on my Ko-fi, and I really hope you enjoy your features. One-time and monthly donators will get extra content such as early access videos, behind-the-scenes content, video diaries, and general exclusive content. Link is down in the description below.